Impulse. Choo choo, boys. Choo.
Yeah, we straight chillin', serial killin', pre-cold villains on the mic, got you reelin'. Five-star rated from the floor to the ceiling. If you catch a one-star, no time for feelings. Got a demon DJ on the ones and twos. By the name Beelzebub, so don't get confused. So grab a seat by the fire, roast them all over two, and prepare to hear the legend of the straight chillin' crew.
Words, and welcome to another Trans-Siberian episode of Straight Chilling, the weekly horror movie review show where you chill and we kill, slice, dice, and chop up yet another horror movie. My name is Bob. I'll be your host for the evening. This is episode 547, recorded on Monday, September 29th, 2025. Tonight we're talking about another You Pick the Flick. This one was chosen by your boy Miles. The movie is Horror Express from 1972. Before we get into it, let me introduce everyone else on the show tonight. First up, calling in from Washington, D.C., we got your boy, Rand Diesel. What's up, man?
Oh, she's a fancy flapjack.
What's going on, baby? You ready to talk about some British colonialist hijinks that are going to happen here?
It sounds like the trains are on time tonight, as well as your bumps. That's incredible.
I know, it's incredible, isn't it? It's just
Incredible.
we're breaking new ground by doing things in a timely fashion. It's a whole new world for us here.
Whole new world. Speaking of whole new worlds, last but not least, calling in from Seoul, South Korea, we got your boy, Soju. What's up, man?
Oh, what up? It's your boy Choo Choo Soju. Here to run the trains, boys.
Yeah, I'll bet.
All of the trains. I run them
Here
all.
to run them for you on time, of
Run.
course.
Run them all.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy.
I'm right on schedule.
I'm right on schedule, boys. I'm always on time. Timely Soju.
You make
That's
real
what-
good time. Speedy juice, they call him.
Speedy Gon Soju, I think, is another name they call me.
Wow. That's what they say in the streets.
You
I
know,
see
when you got
hawking.
so many trains to run, you gotta be timely. You gotta manage your time well, you know.
Man,
Oh, yeah.
proud of you. Proud of you guys.
Way to, well done.
Thanks.
Speaking of managing our time well,
Mm.
let's get on with it, shall we? We got a shitload of housekeeping to tackle, so let's get into that. This episode is going to be dropping on October 1st, so at the time of you listening to this, that means we will have a poll closing and a brand new poll opening. So, at the time of us recording the show, the October poll, it looks like the Monster Mash theme is going to win it.
Oh, shit.
Unless there's some crazy fuckery
Yeah.
that
There's
happened
still-
on Tuesday, which we don't know.
There's like a little over 24 hours for people to vote or change their votes. So it could change potentially, but
All those mail-in ballots are still coming in.
Oh,
people.
know.
my
Let's
Lord.
not count our chickens before they hatch.
I'm over here counting them up right now.
Mhm.
Monster Mash sitting at 50% of the vote currently. Nightmares at 38%. Pay the Price at 13%. So that means most likely Justin has won yet again, which is insane.
Little
Yeah.
insane. Yeah.
That's
Um,
a deeply unlikely situation.
Right.
Like,
Statistically
the
unlikely.
chances
So
are
last year was the Ghost one, Ghastly Ghouls. I did one that ended
Yeah.
up being the Tim Burton poll, right?
Mhm.
With Edward Scissorhands and
Such
Yeah.
memorable
and then
titles
the
too, that really
Exorcism
carried you through.
trilogy.
oh yeah, the Exorcism that we
Yeah.
did.
And
Yeah.
then now this. So you've won all 4
Wow.
years that we've done this.
All right.
Do you want to let the people know what your theme is all about? Monster Mash?
Yeah, sure. I mean, so these are some classics that we've just never got to. I mean, classic monster films. We're talking Frankenstein, 1931, talking
Oh,
Invisible Mang, 1933, and The Wolf
Hey!
Mang from 1941. So, you know, I mean,
va va voom!
It's about, I mean, it's been this our 12th year. We've never done any of these classic monster flicks.
Yeah,
I mean, Nosferatu, I guess, is the closest thing.
I
But
Yeah,
guess.
we've done some old shit, but none of the Universal
Yeah.
monsters.
yeah, Universal.
We really
yeah.
have dodged that completely, which is wild because
I
we've done like
know.
Young Frankenstein. We've done parodies, and
Sure.
obviously, like
Yeah.
everything is influenced.
And then
by
we
those
did
movies,
that
so-
the Hammer one, the Curse of Frankenstein. So
That's
like
right,
we've
we did
gotten
do
That was another
close.
Miles pick.
Another
Right there.
Miles
Yeah.
pick. So, but no Universal monster flick. So it's about time. So this is a good one to knock three out, three big classics at the same
Oh my god, I
time.
can't wait.
Can't wait.
Nice. So that means our November poll is currently posted over on our Patreon website. If you guys support us at the $5 level or above, you get the chance to vote on our November poll. The theme for November is cornfields. So we got 3 movies with 3 beautiful cornfields in them. Those movies
Best
are
cornfields.
the best. We got Children of the Corn, we got Jeepers Creepers, and we got Freddy vs. Jason.
Whoa, I'm excited to see how those numbers are looking next week, Bob.
Yeah, they don't exist now.
They
so
don't. What do you boys
get your
think?
votes in.
Put your bets in now. What's going straight to the top?
I can
Put my
never
bets in.
fucking
I don't
tell.
put bets in anymore. I mean,
Yeah, we clearly
It's,
don't know what people want.
I'm gonna
that
take a
is
swing.
The,
and
the takeaway I have
say-
from year 4 of failing at the fucking Halloween triptych is that I don't know what the people want. I have
maybe
no earthly
Jeepers
fucking idea.
Creepers, maybe.
Maybe, I don't know. They're all pretty well regarded
Yeah.
movies, so
Yeah.
They
I
fit
don't know.
nicely into the horror genre too. So like, we're speaking right to our people here.
Yeah.
So who
Yeah.
knows?
There's
Yeah,
no
yeah, yeah.
Lucy's here, boys.
no, only tidies, only tidies.
Oh God.
Oh
Get
my.
those votes in. Get those
Sure.
votes in.
Mm.
Get your votes in. We'll see what movie we're talking about this November.
I want to make a tidy whities joke, but that's
Mm.
just gonna go to in a whole new direction we
No.
don't want to go to.
Tidy
Don't want to go
brownies.
there.
If we want to go there either.
We're dropping mini casts every single Friday throughout the month of October. We just dropped one where your boy Soju and his over on a sister podcast did an album review actually of a record called Dead Man's Bones.
Yep, classic spooky time horror. I would actually, we were talking about it in that review. I would love to have that vinyl. This is one that would be good to have on vinyl. But yeah, this is classic spooky season soundtrack, boys. You cracked this one out so far this year? Dead
I
Man's
haven't yet.
Bones?
I have not.
Yeah.
No, I mean I've been
Yeah.
kind of doing this, these like little themed playlists or whatever, like we've been doing on the Slack. So
Ah,
a lot of
yeah,
my
yeah.
listening's just been with various groups doing like the music league stuff. So
Yeah.
not
Okay.
really been in command of my own ship this year yet.
Well, it's a good spooky time listen. So go ahead and check that out.
Yeah, definitely check that out over on our Patreon. Also, for the next 4 Fridays straight, you're getting a review of an episode of Simpsons Treehouse of Horrors. We're talking episodes 19 through 22.
Yeah. And we continue to do that with our boy Warren.
Yeah.
So this is our
Damn straight.
6th year covering Simpsons, which is nuts.
Yeah, we're going to get to them
We'll be-
all eventually in another 5 or
We'll
6
be doing
years.
it well into our 80s, I think.
Yeah. I want to call it's not, I always want to say Bart of Darkness, but that's just his handle, right?
Yeah,
It's
Simpsons is greater,
greater than, that's right. That
name
always
of the
trips me
podcast.
up.
Yeah, so check out Warren. He's got a really great Simpsons podcast. Simpsons is greater than. You can find it anywhere. And also, he's got a really impressive collection of Simpsons memorabilia, and you can see that at his Instagram handle, which is Bart of Darkness. So
Bob, when you gonna make an Instagram handle for your blues?
it's basically Let's Get Physical Media,
I see.
Mm,
really.
mm,
All right.
All right. So yeah,
mm.
show Warren some love and tell him we sent you. That's all we got as far as minicast and poll stuff. So now let's hear a little special advertisement about our upcoming 5th annual Chilloween party.
Oh,
hi there. It's me, Sexy Dracula. Once again, the Straight Chilling crew made me an offer that I just could refuse. But I did not want to deprive you of me, Sexy Dracula. So I'm here to tell you about the Straight Chilling's 5th annual Chilloween party on Friday, October 24th, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There will be a surprise film screening with commentary and drinking game, a costume contest, and horror trivia hosted by everyone's favorite spider monkey, Caitlin from Plug It Up Podcast. All you have to do is sign up on the Straight Chilling Patreon at any level, and you're invited to the sexiest graveyard smash of your life. Be sexy this Halloween season and come chill at Straight Chilling's 5th annual Chilloween party on Friday, October 24th at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Dost thou want to live chilliciously? Sexy Dracula out!
Wow.
I always forget what time zone we're working in there.
I know,
But
what time
he
zone
reiterates that
It's
so
the
many
angriest
times.
time zone. Also, not mentioned by Sexy Dracula because he likes to keep it on natural, but there are T-shirts available from for this
Whoa.
Chilloween event.
Would you
Yeah.
say
Limited
they're
time only,
Limited
of
time?
course.
Okay.
Just for the limited amount of time that they're available. They are
Okay. There's
available.
a certain amount of time, but that's got a limit on it. There it is. Ooh, looks slick, my guy.
Nice.
Yeah,
Behind the
that
scenes
looks
on
limited.
YouTube.
Whoa, that's so limited, bro.
Yeah, we have a link to our TeePublic store on our website, straightchilling.com. And yeah, it'll take you there. We got a couple new t-shirt designs up. You can get the images on coffee cups or a million different things off TeePublic. So check it out. Randy did a great
For a limited
job.
time, though.
For a limited
Once they're
Very
gone,
limited.
they're gone.
You
They're
can't
not
print
being
more.
reproduced. They can't. We're destroying the files, you know? Much
Damn,
like
dog.
We're
we're
burning
throwing them
them.
in with the Epsteins. We're just throwing them all
Oh,
in the
God.
fire.
Don't do that.
Crushing Randy's laptop. We're gonna steamroll that bitch.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Check it out. In other news, we're going to be doing a Joe Bob watch party this Friday, October
Oh,
3rd at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Whoa, that sounds not angry enough.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry, I'll try
I'm
and
not
work myself up.
interested. Work yourself up. Well, not like that, Bob. Please put that
I'm
away.
getting worked up over here.
No,
Getting
no,
so worked up.
Rob.
Get your hand off my penis!
I just love time zones. Yeah, Joe Bob, he's doing his double feature. Apparently they're doing 3 double features throughout the month of October, but the first one is this Friday,
Was
October
he
3rd at
straight
9.
chilling? God damn.
I know, what the fuck are they doing?
Now he gets
so
paid.
if you do, yeah, if you do want to hang out with us, I'll post a link to Zoom just before showtime on all of our social medias. Just hit that and come hang out with us and watch whatever craziness Joe Bob has going on. And last thing I have here is at the time of you listening to this episode, we will have just dropped a brand new episode of Let's Get Physical Media, everywhere you get your podcasts. And it's a new Halloween time commentary. We decided to finally do a commentary on the greatest Halloween movie that has ever been created, Halloween Ends.
Whoa.
Oh, man, you had me going in the first half. You really did. Like, oh shit, what's Rob gonna make a really bold statement about? I'm assuming the Halloween franchise.
That is a bold statement.
And you were,
Oh my God.
just not the way I thought.
Just haven't revisited that one, boys. I just, maybe this year's the year I need to come back to it and visit my
Maybe you'll
old
get
friend
it.
Corey.
Maybe you'll
just-
get it
I-
this time.
I really
I
feel
hope
like I should
so.
honor the spirit of the title and just say it ended. It's over. I can't watch it again. It's going right into the bin with the t-shirt graphic at the end of the limited time.
Damn.
Whenever that happens to be over.
Mhm. Oh, it's happening.
Bob, you have
Yes.
that blue though, right?
I do have that
Oh yeah,
fucking
that's
4K.
right. That's right.
Where did Bob go wrong? Were he in his
too long. They've been worse.
Bob,
Ah,
all I
just-
see when I look behind you now is like 8 jet skis. So,
Mm.
ah. Oh
The whole
yeah.
fleet. Yeah.
Them jet ski boys.
I'm just cruising
We're
on
missing 'em.
water. So
I
that
saw someone
is
poorly jet skiing while I was crossing the river yesterday, like taking huge leaps. And I was like, this person is gonna go flying. I didn't get to glance long enough to watch that happen, but they were going.
Whoa.
So blessing in disguise. We need people with capabilities on the water, Bob.
well,
You know
that's
your way
not
around
me.
the blue.
That's all I have. Do you guys have anything you need to plug?
I can plug just one thing. I need to write an article in Korean. So we have a brand new article up on our website in English and Korean. It's covering the new Park Chan-wook movie, No Other Choice, which will be, I just looked it up, premiering in the United States in October. So there you go. It's called
Cool.
No Other Choice.
Nice. All right.
Sweet.
That's all my housekeeping.
감사합니다.
No.
All right. I'm pretty clean
Killing
too.
it,
Rob,
Randy.
good?
Nah. Yeah. I'm great.
No.
All right, let's get into the main event. We are talking about Horror Express, and we're kicking it off with the back of the box.
안녕하세요.
What's on the back of the box?
What is on the back of the box?
Bob, you got this box, right?
I do. Yeah, I have this box right here. Arrow Video put this out a few years ago, so you can pick it up on Blu-ray. And it was hanging around on Shudder for a while. It might still be there. You can rent it. It's pretty easy to track down. So
Did
if
you buy
are
it for
wanting to
this
watch it-
episode?
No, I bought it a few years ago.
Oh.
Yeah, this is one that I had actually seen before. I feel like almost every movie Miles picks for us, none of us have any fucking clue about. But I actually have seen this one before, which I was kind of surprised. So, Horror Express from 1972. This is rated R with a runtime of 1 hour and 28 minutes. This was directed by Eugenio Martin. It stars Christopher Lee, Peter Cushing, Alberto de Mendoza, some other lovely folks. Plot synopsis brought to you by IMDb is as follows. While on the Trans-Siberian Express, an anthropologist and his rival must contain the threat posed by the former's cargo. Well, I'm not going to say that. It's such a spoiler.
No.
They spoil the fuck out of the plot in this. Yeah, that's enough. There's a
Damn.
dangerous thing on the train. Gentle Mangs, have we seen this movie before? And would you recommend folks at home check it out? Rand Diesel, why don't you kick us off?
Well, as you said, I did not break the cycle myself. I did not see this film, and I was not aware of it until Miles recommended it. I will say that I think this is recommendable, but it's kind of under certain circumstances. This is not a general crowd pleaser, I don't think, for modern audiences. But I do think there's a pretty sizable group of people that would like to watch something this sort of like 70s chintzy, like Hammer era sort of gothic tale. I think there's an audience for it. I'm not sure I've pinpointed exactly who that audience is, but I think I fall into it. So yeah, I think I would recommend it on a very nebulous basis like that. A kind of a loose recommend, you might say.
This one is for the Randys in the room.
I'm loose.
And we're sued. Juice, what about you?
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of echo that. It's got a fun, especially around this season, it's got this kind of fun retro vibe. You know what it was kind of reminding me of? It got me jonesing to watch a little bit of Johnny Quest.
Oh,
It is
yeah, I can see
random.
that.
I guess I can see that,
where it's like
sure.
old school and it's like there's this kind of monster thing going on, but it's not like a classic horror monster, so it's like a little bit spooky, a little bit of adventure kind of feel going on. So yeah, but I don't think this is like a huge like crowd pleaser or anything like that, but I think it's a pretty fun, interesting watch. And you've got Christopher Lee, Peter Cushing. So I mean, there's those are big names to draw you in as well. So loose recommend. Bob, you had never seen this before, right? You think you're gonna buy this blue? What do you think?
Yeah, you got to get your hands on a physical copy, my guy. You got a reputation to live by.
Oh, I'm just gonna fuck off. You guys let me know when you're done with the episode, okay?
Okay, let's do the spoiler warning now.
Okay, yeah. Oh, we are loose. Yeah, I do recommend this one actually. I like I said, I'd seen this once before and I dig it. I think if you are into this is not a Hammer horror movie, but if you're into the Hammer horror stuff, I mean, this fits kind of perfectly in there with that. This feels like the best Hammer horror movie I've ever seen, but it's just not a Hammer movie. So, I'm a fan of this, honestly. I would just generally recommend it unless you're just really not into the Hammer vibe. So, yeah, that's my only real caveat.
And it's tough to say because most people are not even aware what that is.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
even
horror
verbally.
nerds should know. But yeah, if you're just like talking to any random person, you're like, do you like Hammer films? They'd be like, what the
You're a
fuck?
hammerhead, right?
What are you talking about?
Like Home Improvement, or what do you mean?
Oh no.
Oh,
Yeah, we're not allowed to play those bumps anymore.
and we're sick.
YouTube said nah.
So
But
that's,
yeah, I don't
mean,
know.
that's a loose recommend across the board, I guess, per
Yeah.
usual.
Yeah.
We're some loose
Very loose.
boys.
We're just so loose. Just a bunch of loosies in here.
Not tidies.
Not tidies.
We're
We're gonna
not
be
tidies.
we're loosies. We're gonna be spoiling the shit out
Love
of
Lucy's.
Horror Express. Here comes your warning.
Spoiler warning.
Hit them all. Just hit them.
Wouldn't be the first time.
All right, Bob, you got that plot synopsis?
I got that plot synopsis. Here
Hit me
we
with
go.
It plopped right out of the loose.
It plopped out of the synopsis.
Go ahead
In
and
the
take
year.
a power nap real quick.
It better be powerful. In the year 1906, we see Professor Sir Alexander Saxton, a British anthropologist. He's returning to Europe by the Trans-Siberian Express from Shanghai to Moscow. With him is a crate containing the frozen remains of a primitive humanoid that he discovered in a cave in Manchuria, which he hopes is a missing link in the human evolution. Dr. Wells, Saxton's friendly rival and colleague, he's also waiting to get on board the train. Also waiting, we see a Polish Count Marian Petrovsky and his wife Countess Irina, with the couple as their spiritual advisor. He's a monk named Father Pujardov, who proclaims to Saxton that the contents of the crate are evil. Additional passengers include Inspector Mirov and a squad of his soldiers. Saxton's eagerness to keep his scientific findings secret arouses the suspicion of Wells, who bribes a porter to investigate the crate. The porter ends up getting killed by the defrosted humanoid who does escape the crate after picking the lock, and then he kills several other passengers. Wells performs an autopsy and deduces that the creature absorbs the skills and memories of its victims. When the humanoid is gunned down by Mirov, the threat seems to have been eliminated. Saxton and Wells discover that the real threat is actually a formless extraterrestrial that was inside the body of the humanoid. Unknown to them, the creature has transferred itself to Mirov. The extraterrestrial has been stranded on Earth for millions of years. It kills passengers with specific knowledge that might help it build a new spaceship. Eventually, Captain Kazan stabs and shoots Mirov. With Mirov dying, Pujardov, believing the creature to be Satan and having pledged allegiance to it, allows it to possess him. The passengers flee to the brake van while the alien murders Kazan, his men, and the Count. Saxton, having discovered the creature cannot use its powers while it's exposed to light, blinds it. The alien bargains with Saxton, trying to tempt him with advanced knowledge of technology and cures for disease, etc. When Saxton refuses, it resurrects all of its victims as zombies, and they all attack Saxton. He and the Countess fight their way through the train until they reach the caboose, where the other survivors have taken refuge. Saxton, Wells, and couple the caboose from the rest of the train containing the alien. Kazan's superiors have already sent a telegram over to a dispatch station ahead, instructing them to destroy the train by sending it down a siding overlooking a gorge. And the survivors watch as the train crashes and goes up in flames. Roll them credits, boys. Roll them credits.
All right. Man, a lot fucking happens in this movie because I kind of feel like this is one of those movies that, and I could be wrong, but to me it feels like there's just nothing underneath the surface of this thing. It is just plot. Here's some more plot. You are being told what's happening. Sometimes you're being shown what's happening. That happens too. But things are always in motion,
Yeah.
and very little of it has an underlying message or theme. Except for maybe, evolution bad, maybe is one. But
Dude, that is hilarious when they bring up like the theory of evolution directly, and they're like, "It's a sin.
It's immoral.
It's
Well, I mean,
immoral." Yeah.
they very much paint Christopher Lee's character, Dr. Saxton, as like the man of science who is to a fault, who's also quite rude and brash and brazen and pompous, and he's just like he's not hearing anything supernatural until it happened. He's like, well, clearly the thing got up and walked away. Like he's just immediately bought into
Yeah.
like that's the scientific method at work, I guess.
But to be fair, on the flip side, the guy who's hyper religious is the villain and a coward and a piece of shit.
Totally, yeah, no, that's
so
true. But
at least they
he's a
keep it
hypocrite, though. He's
fair
a
and
Satan
balanced.
worshiper. Not really though, because
Yeah.
like if he was a real man,
Well,
of
he
God,
only
would be, like,
becomes a well, yeah, he's not. But I actually like that.
He's dying to sell his soul. He's
I
dying
actually
to.
I actually thought
He
that
needs
was
to worship anything, basically. Like he's just
yeah. I thought that was actually quite representative of how a lot of religious people are. It's literally about the power, right? It's
Yeah.
he's worshiping God because he thinks that that's
Oh,
where
is he a Mrs.
power and
Carmody?
favor comes from. Yeah, and then all of a
He's a
sudden,
Mrs. Carmody.
when he thinks that there's the devil in front of him, then he's willing to worship the devil. So
devil's a motherfucking liar.
you know what it
I ain't worried. Biatch.
It reminded me of that scene in The Mummy where the guy just is praying to all the gods until
Yeah,
he finds
yeah,
one, and then he just helps the mummy out or whatever. That's what it kind of made me think of.
Yeah. That was an interesting scene when he's like he invites what he thinks is the devil inside of him, and like the whole movie he's preaching about how the contents of the crate is evil, and like the devil is afoot, and and he just turns on a dime as soon as he thinks he can gain an ounce of power from the situation.
Evil.
Evil. There's some interesting characters on this train, including him, Pajardov, or
Yeah.
however you say his name.
Some real like distinctive characters. Like it's like with the exception of like which this is another maybe particular critique perhaps, but like there's a couple of female characters in this who ultimately you do like figure out who they are and what they're going for or whatever, but I had a hard time keeping track of them. There was just two of them. I should not have that hard of a time telling who's who, but I did. Otherwise though, like I think that like most of these characters, like both visually and like attitude and like point of view or whatever, are really like well defined in their own unique categories for the most part, with our two professors kind of being the most similar out of the bunch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're kind of a duo that works together, even though they're a begrudging duo.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I like the crazy guy who comes in at the end. Like that was such a twist. It was a little jarring,
Fucking
to be
Kojak
honest.
shows up.
I had to be like, what the fuck is going on? But then also too the kind of police detective or whatever who's on the train.
Yurov.
He's quite interesting, and the kind of like night watchman, and there's also that dude who's playing chess. I don't think he's really well developed that much.
No, I would say you're right about that.
But yeah,
He's more red shirty.
yeah, he's red shirty. But yeah, I did
Oh,
like
oh,
the
actually,
general
there is-
vibe of everyone.
I can't believe I forgot about her because the assistant to Peter Cushing,
Oh
the
yeah,
lab
I
assistant, she
forgot
was
about
really
her,
awesome.
too. Yeah.
And then, she ends up kind of being a red
She's
shirt
a red
also. Like a
shirt.
lot of our characters just are fodder.
Mhm.
There's just a ton of that happening in this movie.
Yeah, that's true. Which you need that in a movie like this. This does very much feel like The Thing on a train. It's got
Yeah.
that same kind of vibe where like you're trapped and can't go anywhere. You're not really sure who you
Yeah,
can
for sure.
trust. It's even got like the snowy terrain all around the train and everything. And this
They did a
alien is kind
test.
of jumping from
Yeah, they did the eye
body to
test. Yeah.
body.
They do an eye test instead of a
Yeah,
blood test. I mean,
yeah.
yeah, you're right.
Now, I will say I had that same exact thought, and that is where it started to bring up a kind of negative for me, is because the one of the great aspects of the thing, and not just the thing, because I was thinking of like those is it the Poirot movie where it's also there's a mystery on a train, where I was like,
Yeah.
they completely remove the aspect of the mystery for the viewer. So the characters are going through the aspect of who is it, who is it, who is it, but unfortunately as the viewer we don't
Hmm.
get that kind of fun aspect that you get in the train murder mysteries, or the thing where you're like, who is it? Yeah, who's trying, who's jumping? We know. And so that definitely takes some of the fun out of it.
That does. I do. I mean, there are movies that I can't think of any off the top of my head, so I'm gonna do a bad job of relaying this. But there are movies that do that capably, where like it's about watching that person evade suspicion and then like and cast
Yeah.
aspersions on others. I don't think that's done particularly well
I
here
don't think that's
because
ever
it's
been done,
also like,
Randy, unless you can tell me
oh,
a
it's never
movie
been
where
done.
you can think.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can't prove it.
I
Doesn't
can't prove
exist.
it. It just doesn't exist. It just doesn't exist.
Never
That's an
seen one in my
interesting tack to
life.
bring forward in this movie. I forgot what I was saying also. So, we're doing great. We're doing great
You were
over here.
saying that where they try to evade, where people try to
Yeah,
evade,
like
that's
like
part
the
of the
it's about
thrill,
the
yeah.
evading suspicion or whatever. Like what was that movie with Kyle MacLachlan where he was an alien, like a body
The
jumping
Hidden.
alien, The Hidden.
Yeah.
Like there was a little bit like of that happening there, and I kind of like that. I think there's ways to do it well. I don't think that I think that the rules of how this thing operates and like the ultimate like strange tonal dissonance of what it ultimately is versus what we're kind of like geared like sociologically and then like through these characters to believe it could be. There's a lot in the way of sort of like understanding what this creature's motivation is, where it's going, why it's in this person, what that person's aim is, and like how, like the nuts and bolts, like the this is classic. Plot gets in the way of the story, as Joe Bob always says. Like, I think you could certainly argue that. I kind of don't mind that much though, because it's such a unique creature, such a unique like it's a pretty unique idea that you just don't see as often. When the fucking zombies start getting up and walking around,
That's
I popped.
cool.
I popped big. I was like, oh shit, this is going big.
I'm popping. I'm popping
I'm
big.
popping over here.
Well, I just like it's a
Um,
fun, simple effect, and it's I don't know. I guess again going back to the idea of like Johnny Quest, so these kind of monster. How can you make things look like monsters where they're kind of different? I love the white eyes and the kind of bleeding from the eyes that they do. I thought that was a really fun, cool effect, and how when they turn off the light,
Yeah.
his eyes like bulge out and they're red. It's just fun, kind of
Yeah.
old school
hokey,
silliness,
but in the
and
best way.
I
it
love
really is.
I love all the
Mhm.
effects in this. Most of them look pretty good, but even the ones that don't, they have a charm to them. I love those glowing red eyes. I love the white eyes that are like bleeding. Even when they do, I thought this was a really cool idea. They do the autopsy and you see the brain is all smooth because
Yeah.
it's like all the
It
information has been
sucks the
sucked out of
bridges
it.
out of their
That's so
brain.
ridiculous.
So
The
crazy.
concept.
That
Even
concept is hilarious.
the photos and the eyes, like it's just so
Yeah,
silly.
that's
It's
straight
Yeah.
out of Wild Wild West with Will Smith.
yeah. Oh my, you're right. With but it's oh my god, yeah, I forgot
Yes,
about
that
that.
is what
Oh,
science is.
They gotta turn the
Yeah.
head upside down though.
Oh yeah,
That's what's
that's
so
the key. That's what nobody gets.
it's so I love that they spin it from that perspective though, of like it's supposed to be science, but it's one of those things you'd watch as a kid and later have to realize that no, that's not how shit works. You
None of that
know?
is true.
You have to unlearn what the movies teach.
Damn
Yeah.
you, Christopher Lee!
Yeah.
Damn you!
But it's fun. it's like fun lore, I guess. It's just
It
like
is.
seeing the little pictures in the blood and like, oh my God, this is the Earth. Like that's how they're
This is Earth.
finding out about the creature.
It's a
It's so
viewfinder of a brontosaurus. Like, what the
yeah,
fuck?
I love that shit, dude. It's
That's,
so
that's a
OP.
goddamn dinosaur. Where are we going with this?
And it looks like the most fucking
And I don't know, how do they see the
textbook
different
shit.
images? They
It's
just,
not
like,
even
turn the
from like
page?
some realistic angle. It's so
It looks,
textbook.
yeah,
It's so
very
funny.
much out of it.
I
Yeah, this guy
love
was
it.
reading a textbook before he died. That's what they're actually saying. Like, wow, he sees Earth. um,
Oh my God.
My
oh,
But I
blood is
like the
also
idea
just
that like
pictures.
also to the different interpretations too. I love that the guy suddenly is like, that's the devil. He was looking down on Earth.
mhm.
And then the other guy is like, well, that's complete horseshit. But at the same time, it's like, you don't know. You're talking about aliens. It could be the devil, you know? I mean, it ultimately is. But I guess the thing too about, I think what you try to pick this apart, it doesn't really make a lot of sense. And I don't think it's concerned to. But so the thing is residing in a corpse in a thing
Frozen.
that's been frozen for a long time. But I mean, it's been living there. So like when it flies off at the end in the train, I think it's gonna be okay.
I mean, who can say? I don't know. The
And
thing
he
is, like,
even
it
said
got,
like I lived
not
in
invulnerable.
crustaceans and like fish and shit like that. It's like,
Yeah.
dude, you've seen some shit. I think you're gonna
He's-
be all right.
Yeah, he's probably gonna survive. Like, I mean, if he was around with the dinosaurs, like he survived that somehow. So like he's
Yeah,
True, but like it's jumping from like I don't know if he's in the middle of a I don't know. It could go either way. And the thing is, like, it's not a modern Marvel movie, so we don't have to worry about whether there's sequelability here. So like I'm not too concerned with whether or not he'll survive. It just seems like they just wrap the story up and we're moving the fuck on to the second feature. You know,
Yeah.
like they're
Yeah.
not worried with it.
Yeah. But also
It doesn't
too
really-
from that aspect, I love how everybody has like the different motivations too, because even, based on how you see the creature, I liked how, the religious guy is like, yeah, take over my body, you can possess me. But from the scientist standpoint, he's tempting him by being like, I can give you the history of your world,
Yeah.
which is like, yeah, buddy, kind of tell me all the shit that you've seen. Yeah, it's a lot of shit.
It's a good gambit.
Yeah.
It's a real good game. The thing is, like, I love that he like was frozen as like a prehistoric creature, a prehistoric ape man, Sasquatch type thing. So like the minute he sucks the brain out of that lockpick, he gets like a huge system upgrade, and he's like got language. He can pick locks now. He's fucking Rogue from the X-Men, just like sapping people's fucking brain and energy, and just like. I think that's so interesting, and it makes him like actually kind of imposing because it's like this creature all of a sudden knows at least how to like get by in a society. You know what I mean? And it is in a modern society. And then everybody he's like keying in on all these people that know things that he needs to know. He keys in on the lab assistant. He tries to key in on
the guy who works on the
Saxton.
train.
The guy who works on the train, sure, yeah.
He knows all the secrets about the
and
train.
the chief of police, and then like he goes ape shit and just like decimates an entire fucking battalion of dudes in the dark. I thought that was a little much. I was like, this
He
all of
went
a sudden
fucking
it's like
ham,
he's shooting
yeah.
a gun at them, and like there's no like
Yeah,
like,
because when he was standing off
off-screen
with the
death.
officer, it takes forever and he doesn't even fully do it or whatever. And that was the
Kojak's
ridiculous
got a lot
thing
of ridges in
too.
his brain.
So he possesses the prehistoric man that's the man who's hairy. Why does when he take
I have no
over the police officer's man, his arm starts to transform into a prehistoric man?
See, you're misunderstanding. That's from him masturbating, and God saw, and he punished him.
I see.
Mhm.
That's why he's
Yep.
so hairy.
Yes.
That's the secret.
There was some really interesting music in this too, I thought. It's got this kind of like whistled refrain that kind of bookends the movie, and it happens throughout as well. And there's this, it's like really, really catchy and haunting. And there's this one moment where the Countess even like plays it on the piano, and then they hear somebody in the train car whistling it, But then
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
realize because it's mostly score, but in that one moment, like the characters
Like, oh, it's
actually
that
hear it
song.
happening, and they're
Hmm.
like, "Oh, wow, somebody's
Totally.
whistling along with me." I thought that was an interesting choice. How like the score
That
temporarily
was really
bleeds
sick.
over.
That was
I mean, I
cool.
really
Yeah,
liked how that worked because, like, especially in retrospect, because at the time it's like a little confusing. In fairness, like when I was watching, I was like, oh, like
yeah,
why is
yeah,
this like? Because it was pretty clearly implied to me even then that it was like that's the creature. The creature is whistling now. What the fuck? But once we figure out that he's like sapping people's knowledge
Hmm.
and their personalities and everything about them, then that starts to come into focus a little bit, and I really like that. It's like I don't know. It's kind of like having your cake and eating it too, having a bit of a ghost in your monster story. You know,
Yeah.
I
I
like
thought that was
that.
a really cool effect. But yeah,
yeah,
and they can hear all through the train. It makes it haunting and ominous. But yeah, that's
yeah.
I like that.
And it is like it is a really haunting tune. I really like just on a base level as far as like those haunting musical moments. I like it a lot,
Hmm.
and they don't
Yeah.
overdo it either, which I appreciate.
They don't. Yeah, they use it sparingly for sure, which is nice.
Hmm.
There's some of the other characters in here. There's this one moment. There's like a slightly older woman in this movie. Miss Jones is her name, and Wells
Miss
is like
Jones.
having dinner with the Countess, I think it is. And he like goes over and asks Miss Jones to help him with something. It's with the autopsy. She's gonna help him with
Hmm.
the autopsy. And she like clearly thinks he's asking her to like fluff him for his date with his hot young broad. Because he's like, I need your assistance with something. And she's like, at your age, I'm not surprised. It's like, God
I thought she was fucking with him.
damn.
I like that character because to
Yeah,
me,
yeah,
she was like, she was actually like a. At first, when they introduce her, he's like, "Oh, she's one of the best lab assistants I've ever had." She's like, "Yeah, he means for a woman," and I wasn't sure if like
yeah,
it was, "Oh, here's the old battle axe who's going to tell you about how hard it is to be a woman," in the from the point of view of the clear men that are writing this story in the '70s. But she's ultimately just kind of like a pithy one-liner machine with some of that shit. Like I think I chalked it
yeah,
up to that, where she's just like giving him shit. Like she's his intellectual equal at least, probably is how I took that, and she's just like tired of playing second fiddle. She's kind of like the put upon workhorse of the duo.
yeah. That's
Yeah.
a good read on it. I thought it was like hilarious. I just was like taken aback. I didn't see that coming, and I was like, damn, girl, getting his ass.
Call his ass out because he was laying it on thick with this woman too,
Yeah.
in a very
Uh,
very very British way.
I
it's
love
another
this.
one.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna run through another character that like we didn't really get to know much about. I think her name was Natalie, something like that.
Natasha,
She's
maybe
Natasha. Yeah, that might be it.
Oh,
She's
the
like a
thief.
spy.
the
Yeah,
spy. I
which we
love
find
that.
out after she is like killed that she's a spy. But I was like, damn, like that could have been an interesting character to like spend more time with and like develop a little
They
more.
only did that so that they can give the creature the knowledge of how to evade
Be a spy.
suspicion.
Yeah, that's a
Like,
good point. Yeah.
I think that's why she was written in. Otherwise, she doesn't really serve a function besides to just like
Yeah,
complicate things for the
The
two
men,
leads.
yeah.
Um,
But that's
but
the
yeah, I don't
thing
know.
though, that's a little kind of silly, but also kind of cool. I was gonna say I like the setting of it. We don't get, especially in the States for sure, but trains are such a cool setting, especially if you spend any time traveling in one. They're still around, but just like the old school setting of them and like the dining cars and stuff, it's just really
Mhm.
cool and a good way to capture a retro vibe. But it is a little silly. This thing's not that big, and everybody is literally evading everyone all the time. Like she's a stowaway, and it's like there's only so many
Yeah.
people on this train, and then later the when the guy steals the eye, he's just like hiding behind some boxes, and they've got like the police looking for him. It's like there's only so many places you can go on a train.
Somebody's never
quite
seen
limited.
Snowpiercer, obviously.
There's a lot of cops on that train too. Like
Yeah.
quite
Oh my
quite a
God.
few.
Well, I don't know. Like, I really like some of that stuff though, because it's just it is so cheap.
He's
Like,
just
it
behind a
feels-
box. He's
just
literally-
hiding behind a box. It's like the dumbest possible fucking Orient Express retelling. I kind of love that.
Yeah.
It's very silly, but also like in fairness, like if I was to really try to come up with a reason why this woman can get on board and stow away and all these things, like there is a lot of like bribery and corruption on the table for this sort of
That's
thing.
true. Yeah.
Not hiding behind doxes. It doesn't explain that. Nobody's getting greased on that, but still, there's a
Yeah.
little bit of grace maybe for that.
But yeah, did anybody else find it jarring that kind of Russian, the guy from Serbia showing up at the end? I had to kind of be like, what is happening all of a sudden? I know they show him get like the telegram thing or whatever, and him waking up in the bed, but it just maybe he was such a strong personality and it switched things up all of a sudden that I had to take a second to really assess like what the fuck was going on all of a sudden.
It was weird.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically because like the train stops only long enough for him and his men to get on, and then it keeps rolling. And I was like, if they thought something was wrong, wouldn't they just like hold the train and investigate it without it moving?
That's true.
So,
yeah, because
I
how
thought
the
that
fuck
was
are
a
they going to
stress
get back to their
Yeah.
station?
Yeah, I don't know.
Weird. I mean, I think I was like, I had the same thought where it was like, it's strange that they're like introducing this character now. It makes a kind of sense because, I mean, he's just not like involved with the story. So like writing him in they have to like build it in somehow. And there's not maybe the most organic way of doing that. But this movie's not that concerned with what's organic in terms of the storytelling.
No.
I don't think so. I don't know if I buy that either. What I will say is that this is Telly Savalas or Savalas, I'm not sure how to pronounce his name, but who played Kojak, and he started playing Kojak for like 15 years or some shit, like the year after this movie came out. And it's not hard to see how he can carry a show, in my opinion. Like I was kind of bowled over by his appearance because it just seemed kind of sudden, and he's such a big character that made it almost worse in that way. But it was so fun to watch. He's saying complete fucking gibberish nonsense. Did you guys notice that? Like his little like thing, he's like, oh, I can see that horses have 4 legs, a thief has 2 arms. And like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? This makes no goddamn sense. But he's saying it so fucking like with so much verve, it's fun to watch.
So much gusto. That's how you gotta talk to the ladies, you know. You just gotta get in there and just start saying some
Just
That's-
say nothing, but say it convincingly.
I don't endorse that method, but, for the record.
For all you young bucks out there, that's how you gotta do it, you know.
For all you kids listening to our old asses.
I said
May God
young
strike me
bucks.
down were it to be otherwise.
Bob literally said children, so just
I said kids, not
well,
children.
okay. I fucked up.
Literally said baby infants.
Oh no.
Gotta get out there and start saying some shit. Tell him Uncle Soju sent me. Yeah, sent someone.
I've always been a creeper.
Juice, are you gonna start teaching classes online for how to date?
Start.
Is that
Unfortunately, that ends with Justin
Oof.
ruining a lot of marriages and
No, I don't want any competition, Bob, you know. I want to be giving away all those valuable
Juice is the
secrets.
therapist that gets the girl at the end every time.
you're
You
no
know, you
Will
should really
Smith.
leave your husband. He's the son
You
of
know,
a bitch.
I got a great cabin. It would be great for your head to get away from your husband. I'll bring some s'mores. It'll be great.
You know what you
Will-
need?
will it
Some
be
Luther
wine.
Vandross CDs. It's going to be fabulous.
Some wine, some smooth jazz, you know, some dim lighting.
Jazz.
Smooth
jazz.
Yeah.
And get jiggy with it.
And get jiggy with it. That's what you need.
That's what you need. Class is in session.
You know, you're really
Listen up,
learning
young
a lot
bucks.
from me.
Here's how to emotionally manipulate women. We're about to make a lot of money, by the way. If this is the new path of the podcast, we're going to
all
make
of
a
a
lot of money.
sudden, we're getting this Horror Express has got a lot of.
Oh
new
my
listen-
God, 5,000 new subscribers on Patreon. Holy shit.
Damn. You got to get the smooth jazz.
Yeah.
Jazz.
Oh God.
Horror Express. What a terrible
Yes.
title, though. I love it, but it's a terrible title.
Yeah, it's not
It's
good.
very chintzy, but it fits right in with that. Like after this got
yeah.
done playing, I started working on something on my computer, and it to be auto played another Christopher Lee movie called Doctor Terror on the horror train or some shit like that. I'm like, man, they just were not trying with these fucking titles.
That's kind of the crazy thing about this movie though too. I mean, it's kind of hard for me to gauge, and maybe I just don't know well, but if I just had to guess when this movie came out, I would have said a lot earlier than 1972. I don't know, something about it feels older than that for some reason because of some of that kind of chintziness.
Well, it's like it is a period piece, and it's a period piece
Yeah.
in the tradition of like the stage, where like things are very like costumey, if you know what I mean. Like it's not played very gritty and down to earth. It's not fucking the Les Miserables adaptation or some shit. Like it's everybody's in their nicest outfits. It's like crushed velvet or whatever the fuck. I don't know. I don't know what these fucking fabrics are, but like everything looks like stage production, and I think that adds a little bit to that. What was weird to me, even after we learned like where the origins of this creature and all this stuff, and that it's like the space origins, it's science based. The intro to this fucking movie and the like the credits are like very 70s retro sci-fi, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? This is about 1900s train mystery. Like, what is? It's just so dissonant with the rest of the movie. I found that whole thing, and like even the very idea that this is ultimately an alien story was like so interesting and strange and dissonant, and I kind of love it, but it's weird. Like I don't know how to like internalize that. Like visually, it was weird to see credits that have like fucking 2001: A Space Odyssey coded typefaces and like weird glowy orbs and shit like that, and then we go into a fucking Orient Express like mystery. It's very weird, and
Your designer brain was tripped offline there.
it's just so it's such a jump. I kind of wish they had saved that treatment for the ending and let the opening be a little bit more just like flavorless, or like not flavors is the wrong word, but like less style that speaks to one thing or the other. Let it be more agnostic so that we can let the events play out as they do and then get there. It just like, if it wasn't for that, it's like it's just this movie that goes completely bonkers in my opinion, and it's almost like a tell. I kind of don't like it for that. You know what I mean?
This, speaking of like the vibe, the old school vibe of this movie, this was a Spanish British like co-production, so it filmed in Spain, and similar to how they made movies in Italy back in the day, they don't record sound while they're shooting, so they have to go back in and overdub everything. So it does, I think, kind of add to that weird old vibe that, like, I don't know, whenever I see stuff like that, I feel like you might not notice if somebody doesn't tell you that they had to like overdub everything, but there is some sort of like weird vibe that you pick up on when stuff has been overdubbed typically, even if you don't like really know that you're registering it, you kind of are in some way. When that like makes things feel older too, I think. So yeah, that might be why it feels maybe like it's from the 60s or something, but
Interesting. European style.
European style.
One more interesting note I'd like to make though is I was curious because I love the way that Lee and Peter Cushing are kind of presented in this film, where like they're the hot bucks essentially. And Christopher Lee was like 50 at the time. Peter Cushing was like 60 years old. So, I mean, in the 70s, the 50 and 60-year-olds are presented as these like the male sex pots.
They still got it.
Yeah.
They still got it.
And
the hammer.
at one point, fucking Peter Cushing's robe was killing me, man. It's what when he's like going to check on that woman in the bathroom and shit, the robe that he's wearing, I was like, I gotta get me one of those. That thing is slick. Banana.
God damn. All right. Yeah. Any other major points you guys want to make before we wrap this thing up?
Let's talk more about this robe. No, it's good.
Where can I get
It's crushed velvet.
it?
Not velveteen. Yeah, let's
The gentleman knows the difference.
let's go ahead and rate this thing out of 5. Rand Diesel, kick us off. How do you feel?
Yeah, I mean, I've been pretty effusive about it. I like this movie a lot more than I have other Hammer horrors, to somebody's point earlier, that I've seen. Movies in this era are very, very hit or miss in my mind, or like of this kind, especially like the Christopher Lee stuff or whatever. Like, I like that actor. I like Peter Cushing as an actor. I like them as institutions and as like, centerpieces of the horror world or whatever. But I don't always go to those. I don't always come out of those movies feeling like I got my money's worth or that I got my time's worth. This movie was like not terribly long. It didn't feel long. A lot of things happen. It made me like laugh, and it made me like not necessarily gasp, but I was surprised that some of the effects. Actually, the image that I chose for my background here was one of the best fucking shots in this movie and that I've seen in a while. It's a fucking cool shot from this era where the guy's like pulling the eye apart of the corpse with the lantern right up front. It's a fucking amazing shot. There's some really like good, not necessarily like just charming effects and gore and things like that. I don't know. There's a lot to like here, is I guess what I'm coming down on. I was charmed by this movie quite a bit. It's not one that I think that I'll watch over and over and over again necessarily. Maybe in a couple years I'll give it another spin. But I think it's right for this time of year. I think it's right for this era. I think it's a really good it's a really good piece of output from that era that suits my interest in general. I don't know. I think it's ultimately not like the best movie ever made or anything like that, but I enjoy it. I'm charmed by it. Its flaws kind of end up enhancing it in my mind for the most part. So I'm going to give it a 3 flat.
3 even from Rand Diesel. Juice, how do you feel?
Yeah, I'm feeling honestly the same kind of way. I found this movie really charming. I really enjoyed watching it, even though there was like some down times where, it is what it is. Like Randy said at the beginning, there's nothing really underneath here. So it's really easy to watch, but at the same time, if that's the only thing you're kind of doing, you can also get a little bored with it. But they mix it up just enough to where it's pretty fun to kind of just experience. And I really do love these effects. They're really charming. They're not convincing necessarily. They just put you in a really special kind of place and time. And I thought they made some really good choices. Love the white eyes, love the bleeding. I love how they saved the zombie aspect to the very end. It was just a really cool turn. Very interesting characters, cool kinds of like costumes, interesting idea for a monster. I love the different aspects between the science and the religion of it, and the kind of push and pull between those characters. And yeah, it was just fun. It was just fun, and it was a good watch for now. I feel like with spooky season, you can go so many different directions. You can go like hardcore horror, something that's really scary me, something that's really scary, or also this kind of not goofiness, but the practical effects of it all and stuff like that is fun too. So it was a good watch for spooky season. So I think I'm going to give it a 3 as well. Bob, as a first time watch, how did you feel about this?
I was completely blindsided by this movie.
Yeah.
I didn't know anything about it at all.
I know. When are you going to pick up this blue, my guy?
Any day now. Any day.
Rush out to buy it, I'm sure.
I like this movie, maybe a touch more than you guys, but I mean, I think we're all kind of generally on the same page here. This movie reminds me so much of the queue that you go through for the Expedition Everest ride at
Mm,
Disney in
interesting.
Orlando. Like
Yeah.
we went on that earlier this year, and like the I don't know, just like all the stuff that you walk through. So like it's like if you've not been on that ride, it's basically like you're riding on this train car that gets derailed going up Mount Everest, and the reason it gets derailed is because there's a Yeti on the loose, and like in the queue you see all these um, pictures of like Yetis walking around and like their feet plaster molds made of their foot implants or imprints or
Hmm.
whatever, and like damaged camping gear and shit like that. And of course there's very cold, so there's snow everywhere, and it's just got that vibe anyway. It feels like such a classic kind of like disaster movie or something, but then they
It's
put
like
this alien twist on it. Yeah.
it's like this there's a real like strain of like British colonialism point of view in this, where it's, people going on expeditions, scientists or whatever, to other countries, pulling things out and taking them back as scientific finds of the century and all that stuff, and then things go wrong. Like, it's a good setup, but it's a setup that
Yeah.
doesn't work outside of that era in the same way. At least I don't know. I really like it as well, is what I'm trying to get at, but it is a very specific point of view that just kind of doesn't exist anymore in that way.
Yeah, yeah. It's got this very classic kind of vibe. And I mean this movie is, like I said earlier, it's like the best Hammer horror movie that's just not a Hammer horror movie. I love the practical effects. I love that you essentially start the movie with like this Yeti like creature that defrosts, and those like bright red glowing eyes, and how you just see like, its arms, and all of that shit just works so well for me. All the practical effects are good. The acting across the board, I think, is really quite good. But Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing bring the like star power to this movie to give it a little more weight. If it's just all no name people, probably fewer eyes would end up finding this. I love the setting, this like super nice old school train. The train car that the Countess and her husband are in has like a fucking piano in it, and like this bed. It's like so ornate and beautiful. It just, it makes me like yearn. Like, damn, I want to be on a train that's that badass. Like, let's make that shit happen. So the setting overall is great. The thing on a train is just an awesome idea for a movie, and it's got this like really classic kind of vibe to it that I really, really like. There's some random choices made by characters in this movie that don't make a ton of sense, and there's some like logic leaps where like I just don't know that the writers were too concerned about tying up every single loose end here. And this movie's so wild, it doesn't really matter. Like that doesn't necessarily bother me in a movie like this, or it might bother me in certain other films. I dig this. I dig this overall. Like not a ton of complaints. The score is great as well, and it's just a beautifully shot film. I'm gonna come in with a 3.5 out of 5 on this. The first time I saw it, I think I was a little higher on it. But it mellowed out a touch for me. I think this is a great watch for the winter time. Like if you want to do a double feature with a thing in this, I think that would be pretty sick.
Yeah, you
So
could
there
do
you
that.
go. That's going to put our aggregate at a 3.2. And let's go ahead and Miles dropped us a voicemail, which is something we encourage you guys to do. If you end up picking a movie for us to review, you can send us an email or a voicemail. And Miles sent us over a voicemail. So let's hear what he has to say about Horror Express.
What's up, fellas? This is Miles here. Thanks for reviewing my pick this week, which is Horror Express. I really like this one. I like to think of it as the probably the best Hammer horror film that Hammer didn't actually make. I think a lot of people think this is Hammer, but if I'm not mistaken, it's a Spanish production. But it has a lot of the hallmarks of a Hammer horror. Obviously, Christopher Lee, Peter Cushing. You're gonna think of Hammer. I think out of the movies I've seen with them together, I think this is my favorite pairing. I think out of all the combo movies with them together, I think this is my favorite combo with them in it. And I'm sure you guys will get into some of the trivia. The only reason, like, I think Peter Cushing did this movie because I believe his wife died right before the making of this. Was Christopher Lee reaching out and just basically being a friend. And that's kind of how they got together in this movie. If I remember that right. I didn't verify that, but I'm sure you guys will get into that. But I really like the backstory. I really like both of those actors. Like even like in the worst movies they're in, they're usually like the best parts of it. And I think they're both really good here. I do like sci-fi horror, kind of isolated location. This meets all that. I do like the cheesiness of it. I find the practical effects very charming, even if they're not always the most convincing. And I'm a big fan of The Thing. This is, to my understanding, based on the same novella that The Thing is based on. So with a lot of the body hopping, a lot of the paranoia, a lot of that's here. This movie's actually pretty funny too. I think there's a lot of scenes in this that like make me laugh out loud every time I watch it. So I think the humor in here is pretty good as well. But yeah, I really love this. I don't know if it's great. And it's not because the movie's doing anything wrong necessarily. I think I like everything. I don't really have a lot of complaints about this movie because it doesn't have anything in it that pushes it into like all-time like great status for me. But it is very enjoyable. I rewatch it every couple of years since I've seen it the first time. But yeah, it definitely a good wintertime watch as well, with the snow and everything. But yeah, hope you guys like it. Not a Hong Kong movie this time. I do watch other movies. But I was very close to picking The Cat, which is by the same director as The Seventh Curse. That just came out on Blu-ray. That movie's fucking crazy. You guys are lucky it's not on streaming because you definitely would have been reviewing that. But thanks again for my pick. 3.75 for this for me. But yeah. All right. Take care.
And right in line with Miles on this one, I think.
Yeah. Miles, good pick this time, my guy.
Yeah. Also, I want to say, like, he did mention the comedic aspects, which we didn't talk about, but there were a couple of moments that did make me laugh pretty good. The one that sticks out in my mind is when, I think it was the police commissioner after he got taken over and they were doing their eye tests or whatever. Somebody was like, turns to Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee and are like, oh, well, now we have to test you. You know, you guys could be the monsters too. And Peter Cushing goes, monsters? But we're English. And then they just cut to the next scene. I really love that. I just thought that was so fucking funny.
That is pretty good. Yeah, thanks for the pick, Miles. This is a solid one. I'd kind of been wanting to talk about this on the show since the first time I saw it a few years ago, so I'm glad you picked it for us. And we didn't see Justin get absolutely enraged tonight, which is lovely.
He got the demon bottle today.
This is fucking bullshit. This is not
all of your shit.
This is not even a horror film.
This isn't like Casper or Ghost.
Or Pirates of the Caribbean.
We have very strict criteria for covering films.
I'm not allowed.
Yeah, man, thanks. We really do appreciate it. Let's go ahead and jump over to a Rotten Tomato segment, see what the critics and users have to say about Horror Express.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Rotten Tomatoes segment in which I'm going to have these two gentlemen guess, within the best of their abilities, what the aggregate positive score is from all the reviewers and all of the users on RottenTomatoes.com. For Horror Express, there are 15 reviews on the Tomatometer, which handles the critics, and 2,500 plus ratings on the Poopometer, which handles the users. So we're starting, as we always do, with the critics. Out of those 15 reviews, I'm going to go with Juice to start today. Out of those 15 reviews, what percentage would you wager are positive?
15. That's a low sample size. So I'm going to say 60.
60. Okay. 60 from Soju. Bob, 15 reviews. What are you thinking?
Ooh, I'll take the over, I guess. Give me the Give me the 69, please.
Ooh,
Nice and smooth.
That's the number of dudes?
69 dudes!
Oh, yeah. Well, whoever gets it wrong is going to have all the ridges taken out of their brain. So this is high stakes.
Out of my brain, huh?
Well,
Nice and
I'm
smooth.
concerned what you might be thinking right now, but it's
Like
about to get sucked out of there
jazz.
anyway. Because Rob's going to take this one 80% positive.
Whoa.
80%
Okay.
out of those 15. Yeah. Swung positive on it.
Nice.
Well done, Bob. The comedy number did you right.
Mm.
There is no critics consensus, obviously, with that small of a sample size. So we'll jump right over to the poopometer, where 2,500 plus ratings are playing in here. We're gonna go in reverse order. Bob, what percentage of those 2,500 plus ratings would you wager are positive? Can you sweep it?
Are we going to be sweeping Skeet tonight? Always asking that question.
Skeet's back on the menu, boys.
God damn. Yeah, it's a larger sample size. I'm sure it'll be lower. The number will be lower than the critics. So you know what? I'm rolling with 69 again. Let's do it.
69 dudes!
I knew you would, Bob. I knew that you would. All right, Soju.
Damn.
There's no comedy number left for you, unless
Well,
you want to
there's
go
a
with the
few.
86.
But I'm
Or
going to go
55.
75, actually.
75. All right, going with the over there. A nice solid C. That'll get you through high school.
Not college.
Yeah, not
Get
college.
you,
No.
Get you through life.
I'm a solid
Yep.
C person.
That and the jazz.
That's what everybody says about me.
You're a solid C guy.
Big ol' C.
So the correct answer is a little ways off. I believe if I'm doing the math right, it's 16 percentage points off from one of you, and that
Sounds like
percentage
C.
is 53%.
Ooh,
Bob's
wow.
walking this one, sweeping the Skeet today.
Whoa.
Sweep and Skeet all
Bob's
night,
a dusty boy.
baby.
Gotta sweep it. That Skeet is old and dusty.
Got that mummy.
Shut it off! I'm dry.
Got that mummy dig.
Oh.
So
Oh
it's
my God.
embalmed? Is that what?
It's dehydrated like jerky.
That jerky dig.
Got jerky dick on this boy. Flattened and hyper salty.
God damn.
But a slight teriyaki flavor.
Oh yeah. Interesting.
Flour there.
I think I got a bad piece of jerky on this one. Congrats to Bob on your sweep. Quite literally, there is one negative review with anything written from the critics, and it says pretty ghastly overall, some chills. So pretty even keeled sort of blurb there.
All right.
Yeah, not a lot to say from the audience either, it looks like. So I mean,
All right.
not that
There
I'm
you
gonna
go.
sift through anyway. So that's it. Rotten Tomatoes done. Rob, how's that trivia looking?
So
Got a couple little points to get into. Let's roll it.
It's totally time for trivia.
All right, yeah, I got like three things here I wanted to mention. So, Miles alluded to this, but whenever Peter Cushing arrived in Madrid to begin work on the movie, he was still distraught over the recent death of his wife, and he announced to the director that he just couldn't do it. And the director was like super, super desperate. Definitely didn't want to lose like one of the main stars of his movie. So Christopher Lee stepped in and helped put Cushing at ease just by talking to him about some of their previous work together and like reflecting on the good old times, and it was eventually able to change his mind and stay on the picture. So they did have a pretty close relationship. It seems like they were actual friends in real life. So that's kind of nice to see.
I might be misunderstanding. I thought that okay, I was thinking that they wrote Christopher Lee in so he could then join the production, be there with his friend, and that would help him along. Is that not the case? They were already.
well, no,
they were
it
already
sounded
both...
it sounded like before that it sounded like from sounded like Christopher Lee talked him into doing this movie as a way to maybe get his mind off of it, to take his mind off of it. And he agreed. And then when he got on production, he was like, I can't actually do it because I'm grieving my wife. But Christopher
Okay.
Lee,
I missed a step there.
Yeah.
Okay, so then Christopher Lee joined the production. No,
He was always in the movie.
Christopher Lee literally talked him into doing the movie with him to help him get over his grieving wife. So Christopher Lee was on first.
Was already there.
Yes.
He was on board.
But
Peter Cushing agrees to
second?
join. Peter Cushing was on second. Oh, God.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, so that was nice. They're friends. That's nice. Second thing here.
That's
the movie, it was either intentionally or unintentionally based on Who Goes There, which is the novella written by John W. Campbell Jr., which was adopted into The Thing from Another World, and then obviously John Carpenter's The Thing, which, we mentioned this movie shares a lot of similar plot points to all of those, but it's not.
No. Yes, no.
It's not officially crediting the novella in any way, but I mean they had to have taken some beats from it.
Oh yeah.
And then finally, there's scenes from this movie that were used in the Creepshow TV series that's on Shudder. It was season 2, episode 5. It's called Night of the Living Late Show. It came out in 2021. It's got Justin Long in it too, and it's really, really interesting. Actually, I would highly recommend watching it. Some of those Creepshow episodes, they're hit or miss. This one I would consider a hit. It's really cool what they do. There's like this super high tech VR situation that Justin Long uses that allows him to like put himself in his favorite films and interact with the actors and stuff, and he puts himself in Horror Express. It's really cool to watch. So check that out on Shudder if you like this movie.
Man,
he's doing cool stuff. Yeah,
he's just out there like carving out like lots of space for himself in horror right now.
Yeah, he's a scream king. That's all I got though. So let's go ahead and talk Cooter of the Week. Juice, what is a cooter and why do we hunt them?
Oh, Cooter's a character type and a straight chillin' exclusive. Cooter has to hit 3 of these 5 points to be considered a cooter, but we want the cooter with the most points. The 5 points of cooterdom are sexual deviance, manipulation, smug arrogance, overall look and attire, and overall patheticness. Boys, I think we've got at least one cooter on our hands this week, maybe more. I would start with the kind of like little priest guy or whatever.
Yeah, I'd say he's pathetic.
Yeah.
Top tier patheticness.
He's got like real worm tongue energy, even though that's not really his role. Like he's just kind of like sniveling. I guess he is kind of that role because like he's like the, I don't know, traveling priest that just comes with the the Archduke or whatever that fucking guy and his wife
spiritual guidance from this guy, they just bring him along wherever they go, I guess.
And they just like talk shit about him to his face all the time or whatever, and he just kind of like sucks it up and prays for forgiveness or for humility or whatever whenever he like steps out of line. I don't know. A little bit sniveling.
Is he manipulative?
I think he tries to be.
He's not super capable.
Super successful, but I think he tries to manipulate. He's got manipulative intentions.
I mean, he completely about faces on his entire religion just to follow this fucking thing that's sucking people's brains loose. And
he's willing to trick other people to help this monster.
Yeah.
Smug arrogance. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, he's very, especially given how quickly he changes, he's very arrogant about the immorality of things and what they're doing and like stuff like that. He uses religion as a kind of kind of a pride thing. I'm the moral one.
And he's like in love with the Duchess or something, which I thought like there
something
was
like
an
that.
underbaked thing. So as far as like sexual deviance goes, as we're leading into that a little bit, I don't know if that counts, but it's like kind of a classic trope. That is a worm tongue thing, like where this it's like the Severus Snape thing too, except they went a different way with that. But like where he's like secretly in love with this person that he can't really be with, and he can't really like in order to be close to them, he does X, Y, and Z, like, and then in this case sells his soul to the devil or whatever in order to I guess I don't know what his plan was with her at that point. It's like you're kind of like once you get like possessed by what you think is the devil. Yeah. I don't know if like a relationship is what's going to happen next. Like you're not be ready for the dating world.
You're dead. Like you don't exist anymore. You're like absorbed into this creature.
Yeah, you're dating that big red dick, my friend. You're
got
not
that
dating
smooth brain.
Jazz.
And that hairy palm.
Whoa.
So he definitely hits.
Yeah.
I mean the
looking
creature.
At Tyre, I mean he's sorry.
Oh
Did we cover that?
Yeah, forgot. No, we actually had
looking at Tyre, he's wearing a little eyeliner.
Yeah, he's kind of wearing his My Chemical Romance face here.
You gotta grow out of
but
that.
The clothes are pretty bog standard seeming for that role in that time.
The bog body.
But yeah, the creature manipulation.
Check.
Smug arrogance.
Check.
Yeah.
Sexual deviance. I don't think he's really
I don't think so.
Worried about
much of a
banging.
sexual being. He's just energy in a vessel,
He's in it for the brain.
That's my line to all the women.
Yeah.
I
love you for your brain.
Girl, I'm so filled with energy right now.
And I'm in it for your brain.
Why don't you come over and listen?
That's the winning line.
Right?
Ooh, show me them ridges. When I say send nudes, I mean show me CAT scans.
Oh my god,
that's fucking insane. God damn.
You got those latest CAT scans back yet?
Ooh, oh my god,
girl, let me look at your insides.
I got one.
Looking at Tyre, he's switching all the time, so we don't really know. And then overall patheticness, not really. No.
Yeah, not really.
Yeah, no, he's kind of doing his thing right up until the end where he gets taken out by a fucking train.
Yeah.
The train got his ass.
I think
timeless
we got
creature
him, boys.
from space.
Yeah.
Train
the creature and the priest.
Yeah, there's probably a couple more, but I know we're on a tight timeline tonight, so let's wrap it up. Say we got the biggest hitter in the movie. I think would definitely be the alien. So lock him up, throw away the key. We're gonna skip over what we've been watching once again because we got a couple voicemails we got to get to. So let's hit our hotline.
We're popular
screen.
Boys.
Hotline screen.
People love us today. Look at this. We got
finally.
Mm-hmm.
Can't wait to hear those kinks.
Dude, well, you're about to get something here. So if you guys would like to call and leave a voicemail to be featured on next week's show, hit us up at 904-638-3231. First up, we're going to get another little tease from everybody's favorite spider monkey, Caitlin, talking about some of the trivia she's hosting for us on our Chilloween party coming up. So let's roll Caitlin.
Hey guys, it's Caitlin from Plug It Up calling to tease more of the Chilloween party trivia. Last time I called, I talked a little bit about the music round that we have. We're also going to have a round called Hanging Dong in Horror, where I show you a still from a movie that hangs dong, and you got to tell me what movie it comes from. And there are a lot. I did this round at trivia one time and had 20 questions of hanging dong in horror. And I really wanted to get banned from the venue because I didn't want to go back there anymore, but they didn't ban me. And hopefully you guys won't either. But yeah, there'll be a hanging dong in horror round. Looking forward to it. Love you guys. Bye.
Well, do you get extra points by arranging them by size?
I was going to say minus half a star for Caitlin, I guess.
Guys, you got to start doing your research. Get ready.
Whoa. What?
gotta
It's just
get ready.
research for the straight chilling trivia. What?
It's just research. I swear to God, I don't.
okay?
I gotta
I only-
catalog these horror hogs, or else I'll lose.
Don't want me to be a
the most
loser,
important.
do you? I gotta look at all these horror dogs.
I'm a winner, so I gotta look at these dicks. These
That's
horror
what
hogs.
makes me. I can't look silly when talking about dongs.
Right.
I gotta know all there is. Yeah, that's gonna be absolutely hilarious. I can't wait. I can't wait. Thank you, Caitlin. Next up, we're gonna hear from yet again our biggest fan, Naus.
Mouse.
Moss.
What's up, guys? It's y'all's biggest fan, Nas, yet again. Listen to y'all's episode from this week. Really enjoyed it. I don't really have a needful thing, I think. I'm pretty sure maybe everyone has a needful thing, but I can't think of one right now. But I like the guesses for my Halloween costume. Unfortunately, no one guessed it, and unfortunately, that Halloween costume is not going as planned because originally we were going as Annabelle and its demon, so the demon that controls Annabelle. But then when we searched up for the costumes, like the thing, Annabelle is easy. She white dress, red bow and stuff, and the hair. But the demon is it's just a black, hairy thing with horns. So that's kind of boring for Halloween. So we didn't do that. We thought Annabelle and the nun, but that doesn't match really. And me as a nun, no. But we decided on the new costume, and I'll give you a few hints for that one. It's from a book, and there's 3 movies about that book. You covered 2 of those movies. Yeah, that's the hint I'm gonna give you. And also, so you asked about kinks, I think, and I don't mind telling my kink. My kink is backs. I enjoy women's backs. If you have a nicely shaped back, well, I'm looking. You know, if a woman has a nicely shaped back, like the muscles and the thing, I like backs. You know. Don't ask me how I discovered that I like backs. But yeah, it's a thing. If you have a nice back, maybe a tattoo on the back. That's a plus, man. Like wow. But anyways, yeah, that's it. And yeah, I don't have really a needful thing. But thank you for the kind words last cast, and keep chilling, guys. Love you. Bye bye.
Ah, the back shots flow like water.
Damn. Damn. I have no idea what his costume is now.
I was thinking it.
Yeah.
Are there 3 movies about it? Maybe, possibly.
Yeah, I guess so. We haven't covered the made-for-TV movie.
Well, there's a
3,
made-for-TV
but not in the one
movie,
series.
and then
Yeah,
and
then
not
Chapter
all
1 and 2.
together, not separated into 3 parts.
Right, but 3 movies adapted from that book.
But that would be my best guess. It's like a Stephen King book.
Okay,
And they're
yeah.
long. So it would be my guess. So is he doing maybe like a Pennywise and Georgie?
Georgie, I would think. Yeah, those are probably the most iconic.
Just a balloon.
costumes for that.
Just a big
Well,
red
no,
balloon.
I mean with the.
You remember that?
No, I
That
know.
was,
yeah.
That was Frankie's costume. My dog
Yeah,
Frankie. The year it came out, and Bob and I were living together, and we had We just tied a red balloon to Frankie, and wherever she walked
Mm.
around, just a red balloon followed in the crowd. It was fucking awesome.
It was perfect.
And then
yeah.
eventually, I just saw a balloon sticking out from under the bed.
Yeah.
She'd had enough.
Perfect. Yeah, that's a
yeah,
good
so you
guess.
got-
Maybe it is a Pennywise situation.
Yeah, because we covered both of those. We covered both of those like
Yeah.
theater films, but not the TV series. That would be my guess.
Yeah,
It's
that's
a
a
good
fair
one.
guess. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know.
I
we all
wanna
know
see-
that.
I want to see Nos as a nun, the nun Nos.
Dude,
Yeah.
Nun and
Knox.
Annabelle go together like
Yeah, that's pretty good.
like that's like they're famously like they work together all the time. They're like
They sure do.
Joan Crawford and Betty
Oh,
Davis. They hate each
yeah.
other's guts, but then there's a lot of drama on set. But you know,
What-
they're
he
always
could
in
just-
movies together.
You could just dress up as James Wan and his girlfriend can be Annabelle. And
Oh,
like, done.
yeah.
Oh, everyone's gonna get that.
Everybody would get it.
Oh, nice Wand costume, dude.
Maybe everybody can
Could be
call in next
Annabelle and
week
Billy the Puppet.
about
Puppet
the
Yeah.
the unconventional body parts they find attractive. Like, you know, he said
Like the back. Yeah.
Backs. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
what's your
A good back is
you
good.
guys got a weird part that like you find really attractive, but it's not necessarily a typical standout.
Oh.
The
Probably
Look at that
middle
spleen, baby.
ears.
God.
I notice ears a lot.
I'm
Yeah.
really into the middle toe.
Oh,
I'm a little strange. I like rear ends, you know. I'm just like looking at them. I'm just so weird though that way.
Oh
Just
my
don't-
god.
Just the
that's
hole,
so
though.
weird.
Really? I
Oh
cannot
yeah, remove
tell.
everything. Get all that cheek out of here.
Get all that shit.
Not
It's
really
in the way.
into the cheek.
Just a
You know,
wall
really
with an
more of an
anus.
anus kind of guy.
Oh my god.
I'm just really an anus guy, you know?
This might be a weird request, but can I specifically just see the anus?
Yeah, just remove all that other stuff.
I'm a sphincter boy, you know.
Bit of a sphincter boy. All the ladies say so.
Oh my lord!
Get all that cheek out of the way.
There's too much cheek on that ass.
Ah, there's
It's
too much taco,
obstructing
not
the glory
enough
of
hole.
the sphincter.
I'm looking for that starfish, baby.
Damn.
That Walmart.
I find it, and it's like
logo.
that Junji Ito story. It's like, this one was made for me.
Here, let me see that Walmart logo.
This one was made just for me.
Oh my lord!
Oh,
It's like a
fuck.
fingerprint. Everyone's got a unique starfish, you know.
Oh my god, I love. I have to show you. I have to show you the Smart Pipe video. It's an Adult Swim fake infomercial from years ago, and it has something to do with that. It's very funny.
Good.
God damn.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's wild. Yeah, if you guys would like to call and leave a voicemail for next week, hit us up at 904-638-3231. Call in about Halloween shit, you know? I want to hear more about costumes or
Punkers.
parties or yeah, what are you carving a super neat jack-o'-lantern? What are you doing? What are you watching? What are you doing? Let us know.
What you been watching? I want to know that. What's your Halloween playlist looking like? I mean,
Yeah.
that visually, not audio playlist. Although, if you want to call that about that too, go for it.
That too, yeah. Either way. Halloween shit. We'll be back next week with a brand new show. As always, we're going to be talking about a new release hitting Shudder this Friday. It is VHS Halloween.
Hell yeah!
Whoa! Excited for that one. New
shirt and show grief your fucking tits.
Halloween specific shorts. That should be fun.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
definitely. Shouts outs to a friend of the show, the librarian, who saw this recently at Fantastic Fest and quite enjoyed it. So honestly, most of these VHS movies that Shudder's been cranking out have been pretty good, I think. So looking forward to that. It is October. It is full on Halloween season, and looking forward to getting into this new one with you boys. So check out VHS Halloween. Get ready for next week's show. If you want to hit us up on social media, we're everywhere. Just search Straight Chilling Podcast and we'll pop right up. And again, if you guys want to join in on the Slack channel, just let us know on one of those social media outlets and I'll send you a link so you can do so. And until next week, as always, everybody please keep chilling.
There's a girl on my bed. Yes!